So today we're doing one of our final three teams, the Giants. And we also have the Pirates and the Angels left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a poll up here in the top corner. Go and vote for either the Angels or the Pirates. And that'll be the next team that I do for a rebuild. So here we go. The Giants, you know, not too many years ago, they were kind of like in a dynasty period. But losing Mad Bum, losing Will Smith this offseason definitely hurts them. Two of their best players. And then on top of that, you've got a lot of aging players with big contracts. And not too much to get excited about. I mean, I know there's Ramos, there's Bishop, there's Joey Bart. There's a couple names. You got Marco Luciano, but I still think they're like a couple years away from being MLB ready. So what are you going to do with this team? And that's we're going to try to figure out what we need to do with this team to bring them back to glory. So of course, if you enjoy it, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content. And of course, get in the comment section. And today, tell me your favorite Giants player that you watched growing up, or like who is your favorite Giants player right now? I want to know. Mine, Barry Bonds. That was who I watched growing up. He was like probably one of the best hitters I've ever seen. So that was my favorite Giants player. If you missed yesterday's video, it's up here in the top corner. Go and give it a watch. And of course, all social media links are down in the description below. Go and give them a follow if you haven't. Honestly, just go do it. I mean, just go do it. So here we go. Let's hop into it. We are obviously going to be rebuilding the Giants, and what do we do with this team, man? It's in a weird spot. Budget wise, that's going to be the big issue. You know, when you look at it, most of the guys here are over the age of 31 and taking up a majority of the budget. Then you've got like Gosman, Drew Smiley, just big contracts for players that don't really deserve that. So we're going to go through the team. Starting pitching, you know, there are a couple young guys. You got Logan Webb, Seth Corey, you know, Sean Jelly, Andrew Suarez. There's a couple like okay names down there, but for like the right now, we're kind of lacking. Big contracts with Cueto and Smartja. You look at the bullpen, Reyes Moranta's kind of hit or miss, so we'll see how he does. But again, the bullpen, kind of lacking. Closing pitching, kind of lacking. Catcher, we're going to let Buster Posey see out his contract. I see that as fitting. You know, 2 years left. Let's see if we can try to win a World Series in that time frame. But after that, it's Joey Bart time, you know, for the end of the rebuild. First base, Brandon Belt, kind of a big contract. I think it's like, what, 14 million? Yikes. We'll see how that goes. Second base, Wilmer Flores is okay. Mauricio Dubon is a backup, pretty solid. Third base, Ivan Longoria. I think he's making like, what, 16 million? Got to figure out a way to get rid of him. We've got Yolmer, an okay backup, but long term, not really the guy we're looking for to be in the lineup. Brandon Crawford, kind of a, a lot of money's being spent on him. And then we got Marco Luciano, potentially could feature. We'll have to wait and see. Yastrzemski in left. Center field, you do have Bishop, who could potentially make the team, but we'll have to wait and see. Steven Duggar really hasn't panned out. Billy Hamilton doesn't know how to hit a baseball. And then you got Hunter Pence in right, along with Austin Slater. So not too much to get excited about right now. Let's go make some trades. I really want to make this team a lot younger, so let's see what we can find. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily get us too much younger, but this is a trade I'm going to make. We're going to go for Luke Jackson and Shane Green of the Braves. Bullpen help is something that we do need, and I feel like these are guys who can give us, 3 seasons at least of solid bullpen use. So that's the move. We're getting rid of Longoria, Solano, and Jake Jewell. So we're going to trade 2 of our center fielders, and I know it kind of leaves us empty on the whole center field spot, but we'll make it work for the year. We're going to get rid of Duggar and Hamilton for Lewin Diaz of the Marlins, along with Jose Urena. So that's another deal. Lewin Diaz, I'm thinking more of as a first base prospect to take over for once Brandon Belt leaves, and Urena can help us out now in the long relief role. All right, so this is what we're going to rock with for the season. Most of these guys are on 1-year contracts, so I'm just going to let them walk after the end of the year. And let's hope it pans out. Who knows? A lot of these guys are aging, so again, who knows what's going to happen. I'm probably going to mix up the lineup a little bit, but this is basically what we're working with. Like I said, a lot of these older players are on 1-year contracts, so we're probably going to let them walk at the end of the year anyways. So let's see what we could do. Let's see how we can kind of build this team. Let's see who does well, and I'll see you guys at draft day. Hopefully we can get a couple good players that could really help out this farm system. Alrighty, so the draft's over. I don't think we got any good picks. The draft as a whole was pretty bad, like really bad. So we'll take a pick, we'll kind of see how it goes, and okay, it's not terrible actually. It's actually a lot better than I thought. We got some sneaky late picks. So we got a catcher, 62 overall, 79 potential, which not fantastic. I thought it was going to be a lot better. But 84 potential for the closer, Steve Lewis. All right. Then 75 for Victor Rivera, 77 for Martin Del Villar. Then we got Reed Giordano, Willie Mata, and then Steven Martin. Actually, not too bad. I'm actually pretty psyched about these last couple picks for sure. All right, so we're at the deadline of the first season, and I was thinking, well, we're probably going to let a lot of these guys walk in free agency anyways, so why not just trade them? And I'm talking about players like Jeff Smartja, maybe Kevin Gausman, Drew Smyly, basically any of the players that aren't doing well that have, you know, contracts running up, or players who do have contracts running up, and even if they're not doing well, let's just trade them. Actually, Smartja's doing pretty solid. What about Kevin Gausman? Not great, but I mean, there's probably teams out there that are still looking for, you know, some sort of like bat or help. Like Hunter Pence, he's good, but like, are we gonna keep him? No. So let's try to get some trades for him. And so I was kind of looking around. I saw a trade that was offered to me. Like I did the trade finder for Smartja, and one of them was Phil Maton for Jeff Smartja straight up. And I was like, yeah, we're definitely doing this one. So that's one trade. Let me go do a couple others. The next one I'm going to do is Matt Thaiss of the Angels for Hunter Pence and Kevin Gausman. And then I have one more. We're not going to keep Yolmer Sanchez. We might as well try to get at least something out of it. Next one is Yolmer Sanchez, Derek Rodriguez, and Sam Selman for Ryan Yarbrough. And that's the final one. It does leave us a couple pitchers short in the starting rotation. I think it actually leaves us one. So let me kind of mix up the team, and I'll show you what it is for the rest of season one. All right, so this is the team. It's still pretty bad. We'll see how it finishes. I mean, it's just not a good team. So there we go. Season one. I'll see you guys at the end of it. All right, season one's over. It didn't go great as expected. I mean, 78 and 84. I mean, like I said, this whole season was let's test it out, see who we can keep, and just kind of go from there. Really quick, I'm not even gonna look at like anything else besides maybe the standings. You guys could see this was a bad year. Like even Buster Posey kind of didn't do much. Like one of our best players didn't really do anything. I mean, Brandon Crawford kind of slapped though. Brandon Crawford kind of slapped. I'm definitely thinking Hunter Bishop gets called up very soon. Same with Lewin Diaz. He's looking like he can be a really solid bat for us. We do have a couple young guys here who could potentially sneak into the team. But when you take a look at the pitching, these two actually kind of nice. Might keep Smiley around. Orania was decent. Nick Vincent, man. Maton was good. Shane Green was all right. Luke Jackson struggled a bit as well. And Reyes Maranta. So I know I'm going through this kind of quick. Like I said, it's not a good year. I'm not really focused on it. Like this was a tough season for us. This is a season where we just gotta forget it happened and just keep moving forward. So you guys can see MVPs and things like that. You know, some interesting ones for sure. Cameron, the guy's back. The 66 overall reliever just is unstoppable. He went 16-2. He's broken. He's broken. He's a cheat code. I don't know what's happening, but he's good. So let's get into the offseason. Let's see who wins the World Series really fast. The Angels defeat the Dodgers. Okay, the Angels. Wow. Okay, I don't think I've seen that happen too often where the Angels win the World Series. Exclusive negotiations. I'm down to give Drew Smyly another year or two. Yeah, I understand we're not the best of teams, but you know what? Let's see what he says. We'll see how that goes. Actually, he wants to be part of the rotation. I can definitely give that to him, and I can save myself a little bit of money. Shane Green, I'm gonna do the same situation. He's gonna be part of the bullpen 100%. He should take that. And then the rest, sorry Pablo Sandoval, you're not coming back. Nick Vincent, we're gonna pass. The team's looking solid. Don't have to worry about staff. I've already changed the staff, made sure we got some pretty good ones in there. I'm gonna add a couple of those guys to make sure we don't lose them in the Rule 5. And then arbitration, probably not Dickerson, even though his bat looks decent. I'm gonna pass. And then I think I'm going to let these bottom 4 go, but the top 6 are going to stay. And then contracts. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like everybody, for the most part, is going to get a contract. Let's target a couple free agents for sure. Maybe not. Maybe a closer, because we kind of do need like an actual closer. Keone Kela was the reliever of the year for the NL, so maybe he could be a guy that we go after. And then looking at the rest of potential free agents, maybe like a Marcelo Ozuna, maybe that could be decent, a name that we don't get too often. Maybe someone like Jonathan Villar Or, I mean, we could splash the cash and go Mookie Betts. We have the money to do that. Season 2, we're going to start off with a trade, as my mic is way too close to my face. Season 2, we're going to start off with a trade. And it's not necessarily following the motto of I wanted to get younger, but we need a leadoff hitter. And this is really the only trade I could find. So this is the trade. It's going to be Adam Eaton, Brock Holt for Andrew Suarez, Brandon Belt, and Ben Madison. I want to get rid of Brandon Belt. The contract's just too big. We're not going to bring him back after this year. Andrew Suarez doesn't have a spot in the rotation or the bullpen. And Ben Madison is just really to get the deal done. We're dumping a lot of salary on the White Sox as well, and it gives us a leadoff hitter in Adam Eaton. That was really the reason why I wanted to do this deal. So after that trade, this is what the team's looking like. I've been looking for a Cueto trade for like 10 minutes now. I can't find one without getting rid of some of those young players that I don't really want to get rid of just yet. So for season 2, this is another one of those seasons where I'm kind of just hoping things go well. You guys can see the team here. Lewin Diaz is going to hop into that first base spot. Brock Holt's going to be our DH. Not necessarily the biggest threat hitting wise, but this is one of those seasons where I just feel like we got to let some of the younger guys develop. I'm talking about Matt Thaiss, Hunter Bishop. We've got Joey Bart, Marco Luciano. There's just a couple names that I want them to develop. So if it goes well, we should be fine for season 3 and season 4. On top of that, we do have the budget, but like, I just feel like once Posey leaves, Cueto leaves, we can start making a lot of trades. And then at that point, we can really see where this team is going. I still think this team is kind of sneaky good. I really do. If I were to make another trade, it probably would be Dubon that would have to go. He had a really bad year last year, and I just don't think he's going to get too much better. Or if he is going to get better, I don't think it's going to be quick enough for this rebuild. So I guess we could try to like maybe package like Dubon and Cueto, or we just wait till next year and see if we can really turn this team around after this season. So again, it may not be the quickest of rebuilds. It may not be the like, oh man, I really wanted the Giants to win season 1, season 2. This is more of like, let's just see what we can get and slowly build it up. So I think season 3 and season 4 is really going to be that year we turn things around. So we'll see how season 2 plays out. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. So I think we're like the exact same as what we were last year, 79 and 83, which I mean, it's again, that kind of where I figured we'd sit, 29 games out. And it's one of those things where it's like we need some luck in free agency. I kind of skipped over the whole fact that we signed Mookie Betts in the offseason. I completely skipped over that fact. That was a big signing for us. I think I was just more in the mindset of let's slowly try to build this team up and let's see what we can do with some trades. Because like Mookie Betts is a huge addition to the team. Don't get me wrong. I think that was a great pickup for us. You know, Keone Kela was in the squad as well. And I really didn't mention that. But when you look at the team, you know, Drew Smyly wasn't as good as I would have hoped. I gave him a 2-year contract. Logan Webb, not that great. Tyler Beatty, not that great. And you look at the bullpen, Luke Jackson isn't as good as I would have hoped. Phil Matten now is falling apart. You know, Shane Green's really solid. Keone Kela, fantastic. But again, this is a team that we're going to have to we had to kind of take some baby steps season 1 and season 2. And even Adam Eaton wasn't as good as I would have hoped, which really sucks. So Wilmer Flores fell off from what he was doing last year. And you guys can kind of see, like, Mookie Betts obviously is going to do good things. Mike Yastrzemski's actually doing pretty solid. Lewin Diaz potential went down. That's tough. Mauricio Dubon actually had a really good year, which is good to see because he was a player I was thinking may not do well. Brandon Crawford's fallen off. Buster Posey, you know, kind of picked things up a little bit. But as a whole, I think now that we have a lot of cash to play with, we're going to have some players step into some spots. Hunter Bishop could potentially be our new starting center fielder, along with Joey Bart being our new catcher. We got Marco Luciano, who I don't know if he's ready to play shortstop just yet, but we have options to bring up. Pitching, not so much. I did have a couple players that I signed from the draft that actually look pretty good, who may feature in season 4. But right now, it's really just, are we gonna have? We're gonna have the money to spend. Can we get some good luck in free agency? Let's make some good trades. And I think season 3 is really gonna be our year. Silver Slugger for Mookie Betts, Rookie of the Year for Lewin Diaz, and then Gold Glove. So you guys can see the award winners as we go through them. But yeah, I guess I really shouldn't have like completely skipped over the fact that I got Mookie Betts. I kind of just skipped it completely. Mookie Betts had a great season. He was close to being MVP, I would assume. Where was he he wasn't even in the top 3 for voting, which I find kind of crazy. He had a great year. So let's get into the offseason. Let's see what we can do with this team. We're going to have a good amount of cash to spend. And that's really what I was trying to do with this team, because like the big contracts were holding us back. And now that we're going to have this money to spend, I'm actually looking really forward to seeing what we could do with this team. I'm going to take that option. I'm going to let Adam Eaton walk. I'm going to decline this option that I gave him. And then Jose Urena, how have you been? You know what? For a long reliever, if he can give us, you know, a good couple seasons for the next like 2 seasons for the rest of the rebuild, I'm pretty happy with that. But the rest of the guys are gonna go. I feel like it's time to start getting a little bit younger, like I've been saying. Let's really turn this team around. So let's get into the offseason. 40-man. I'm gonna add Wong, but that's really about it. Arbitration. Let's offer it to everybody there. And then when we look at the contracts, it's a lot of young guys, which that's what I'm kind of banking on, hopefully, that they would get good enough to hop into the team. This is where I want to spend the money. We have players to look forward to. We have $5 million in the budget per week, which is huge. I'm talking like maybe 2 massive signings to the team, and we're in need of a shortstop, right? We could definitely go out, and if we could get Lindor, that would be huge. So we're about to start season 3. We're going to do it with the trade, and it's because we need one more starting pitcher. I tried to go after Syndergaard. He didn't want to sign. I tried to go after a couple other players. They didn't want to sign either, so I was like, all right, whatever. We're going to make a trade. Caleb Smith is going to come from the Marlins. I thought, you know what? He's a good option. He's got, I think, 1 more year of control after this year anyways, so we can keep him for this year and next year if we really wanted to, which would actually kind of help out. I'm going to trade Phil Maton, Aramis Garcia, and Brandon Van Horn. A backup catcher, a reliever who struggled last year, hasn't really improved that much more, and then a shortstop who's kind of lower on the list of players that would make the team. So that's the trade. Let's get ready for season 3. I made a couple signings that were actually decent, and I think this team really took a step in the right direction. All right, we're doing one more trade for this season. Shed Long was available in free agency. You kind of saw some of the names now, but he was available in free agency. I gave him a 2-year deal, but I was thinking, you know what? We don't really need him. I have Dubon. I have a couple other young, like shortstop, second base options. So let's trade him, Lewin Diaz, and Austin Slater for Josh Bell. We need a first baseman that can hit the baseball. There we go. So for season 3, this is the team. We got Urena, Moranta, Leone, Gott, Jackson, Shane Green, and Keone Kela. Our starting rotation looks like this. I think it's decent. These 2 guys kind of worry me. Without trading like them and like another prospect, it's just not worth it. This is the team. A lot of young players. You can see it. Bishop, Dubon, Joey Bart, Zach Greens made the team as well. Nolan Jones was available in the Rule 5, and I was like, you know what? Let's give him a shot. Like, we could put Keen, Wong, or Avellino there, but let's just see how the young guy develops, see how it goes. Down here, I mean, we do have Logan Wyatt, who's got some good hitting stats. Could come up and help us out next year. Like, there's Peter Maris. There's a couple guys we got from, like, the draft or through free agency. Like, I'll show you my roster history so you guys can kind of see some of the players that we had. Free agency was that center fielder I just showed you, and then the draft last year was this guy Eddie Gonzalez. C potential. Merrill's got A potential. He actually looks pretty good. We got Felipe Gomez, C potential, D potential, and then B potential. So a couple good players, nothing too crazy, but for the most part, that's the team. Again, I'm kind of hoping some of these young guys pop off, but the team actually looks a lot better. I feel like, you know, Joey Bart's going to grow. Zach Green's going to grow. Bishop's going to grow. With the addition of Lindor at shortstop, we got Betts, Josh Bell, Yastrzemski. That's a good part of the lineup right there. The pitching staff has definitely improved. We're sitting at 16th in baseball. You guys can't see it, but 16th in baseball. It's better. And I guess I could go out and just be like, let's just trade our best prospects on top of an MLB player and boost our team up. But for now, let's see how it goes. The budget is going to be a little tight, and realistically, it's going to be a little tight. Ooh, we got to get Josh Bell back on the team. I did bring back Buster Posey for another year. Josh Bell, bringing him back is going to be tough. But I think if we like do like a package deal with some of those young guys for next season, we should be fine. So let's see how season 3 goes on, and then we'll go for season 4. I have a feeling this is going to be a good season though. At the trade deadline, we're in the first place spot for the wild card, and I want to hold that. Let's boost the lineup a little bit because some of the young guys, they aren't performing. So this trade, Bo Bichette, crazy, right? Marco Luciano is the big piece in this trade, and I'm like, I really wouldn't want to if this was a long-term rebuild, but we're trying to win now. Bo Bichette for Marco Luciano, Mauricio Dubon, and Chadwick Trump. All right, so we made it as a wild card team. Whew, I didn't think we were. 88-74, taking on the Braves. So there we go. We actually made the postseason. We were 17 games out. It's going to be tough to beat the Dodgers, especially when we're hitting 248 as a team, but at least we made the postseason. It's a step in the right direction, and yeah, it's been a slow rebuild, but that's okay. I'm okay with that one because this one I knew it was going to be a little bit difficult. I wanted to take it in a different approach than what I normally do, and so far so good. I think with some of these young guys, I am going to trade some of them just so that we can get a little bit better players for next year. But we'll have to see how things go. Jose Arena, I know, had a terrible season. Yeah, he's not coming back next year. Moranta, I'm going to try to trade as well. Leon was pretty solid. You know, pretty good. You know, Trevor Gott was fantastic. Luke Jackson was better, but not where I want him to be. Shane Green is like, for some reason, just a glitch in franchise. You got to get him. Kayla, that was what I worried about when I signed him. I knew he was going to be good for a season or two, but after that, I knew it was going to be kind of a question mark. So we need a lefty. That's something that I completely looked over. I mean, this guy looks decent. Is he MLB ready? I'm not too sure. This guy looks decent as well. I might give him a shot. It depends on how they look after next year, like after the offseason, if they bump up a couple ratings. Ryan Yarbrough should have been a Cy Young. Outstanding stats. Folty was pretty good as well. You know, Caleb Smith was solid. Very good. Very good. Tyler Beatty. Okay, I mean, actually, starting 5, I'm happy with. That's actually really good. You know, how is Seth Corey or Sean Jelly or... I mean, maybe one of these guys could be the 5th man or the 6th man in the rotation, be that long reliever. We'll have to wait and see. Our bench was pretty lackluster. Avellino wasn't terrible. And then when you look at the team, Bo Bichette hit 261 with an 820 OPS, 33 home runs, 38 doubles, which is a good season. He's not a leadoff guy. I'd kind of want him to be like in the 2 spot. Maybe have Lindor in the 3, Betts in the... Ooh, I don't even know, man. Maybe even move Bichette down to like the 6 or something. We'll wait and see. We kind of need like a true leadoff hitter. I mean, I guess you could kind of consider Bo that, but I don't know. I don't really see him as that leadoff hitter. Lindor, a really good year. Betts, good year. Even though it wasn't as good as last year, it was still a really solid season. Josh Bell is going to be the one player I really want to bring back. Mike Yastrzemski, I'm on the fence about. Like he didn't have a bad season by any means. It's just that we'll have to wait and see if we can afford it. Hunter Bishop's a player that I have faith in him developing, so we're going to be okay. Joey Bart, same situation. He's going to develop. Zach Green, probably going to move to the bench. We'll have to wait and see. And Nola Jones, pretty solid season. So the young guys, I have faith in them developing. You know, we have players like Peter Maris, who isn't really young but could potentially be like a bench bat for us. And then the one guy I was looking at hitting stats wise was Ramos. Could he be that left fielder that we kind of need now, and then we just kind of spend the money on Josh Bell, let Ramos be left field, maybe just pick up really good pitchers and hope that kind of changes things. I don't know if that's the plan. What I'm gonna do though is we're gonna try to win this wild card game. That's something that we definitely need to do. Let's get to the wild card game. There we go. I don't know why I'm struggling so much today. We're gonna quick manage it. Let's get into this stuff and hopefully win. All right, going against the Braves. Let's see how their team has changed. Corey Dickerson, Gregory Polanco, Wilson Ramos. Those are definitely some different names for a Braves team, but going against Soroka, this is going to be tough. Polanco goes deep, not what you want to see, especially lefty crime. And if we lose, it's going to suck for sure. But like, did I expect us to win this game? No, we're still kind of a team that was lucky to make it to the postseason. I'm going to take out Yarbrough, and then we're going to bring in Arena. Is the damage going to get worse? Yeah, probably. It's going to get a lot worse. It's 8-0. It's probably only going to be worse from here. We'll bring in Gott. Hopefully he can help us out a little bit. Ooh, okay. Okay, it's 11-2, 12-2, and we're gonna call it there. Whatever happens, happens at this point, and we'll bring him in, and I mean we'll swing the bat for the last inning. Which I mean, 15-8. This is a stupid game. It's so offensive, and that's the game. It's just not a good game at all by any means, and we need to turn this around for sure. This team was rough, but bright spots, right? Bright spots for sure. So let's get into the offseason. So offered the top 3 contracts. Hopefully they take them. Hopefully. We'll have to wait and see. If they don't, we might be in some trouble. Let's take a peek really quick. Josh Bell didn't. So we'll have to see if there's other first base options that are just as good. Contracts, I'm going to offer it to everybody. Arbitration, I think I'm going to offer it to everybody. I think I'm going to offer it to Maranta so I can trade him, get some better bullpen help. And then let's take a quick little peek, see where we could improve the team. Yastrzemski's in arbitration. I might save the money. That's a player that I would be on the lookout to see if I bring him back or not. Because looking at first base, we could go Bell, we could go Sano, we could go Max Muncy. Okay, those are definitely some good options there for sure. And then in the outfield, it looks like we're gonna make a trade, or I'm gonna let Ramos be that guy. I feel like that might be the best move for us. So I gotta be smart with the money because it's gonna be tight if we sign one of those top first basemen. But let's see what we can do. I'll see you guys for the final season. Final season, I'm going for a really good reliever to help us out. More of a setup guy in Seth Lugo. Reyes Maranta, just not cutting it. So there's one deal. Let's take a look at the team. I don't think I made too many changes. This is the bullpen. A little suspect, but we'll see how it goes. Willie Mata is going to be the lefty that I have faith in. I also thought about bringing up Bill Merrill. I mean, he's got good stats, and I kind of have like a weird suspicion that he's going to be good. I might trade Orena and then let Corey come up to be that long reliever. I don't know. I mean, Orena's going. That's for sure. And then this is the team. Logan Wyatt as the DH. We don't really use a DH that often anyways. And then realistically, the only change I want to make is like the third base spot. I really want to bolster this pitching staff though. I think that's what's holding us back. So let me go do that. Felipe Gomez, Tyler Beatty, and Jose Areno for Adrian Hauser. It's basically a win now pick. And he's had some pretty good seasons the last 2 years, so I'm going to go with him. Plus, I saw him win Cy Young in a previous rebuild, so he's got to be decent, right? Ozzie Salgado, Tyler Sire, and Keone Kela for Ken Giles. I probably should have went Ken Giles in the first place when he first was available in free agency, but I think that's it. I think those are the trades for the season. I like the team. It's a little bit different than normal. It's one of those teams where I'm hoping and praying it outperforms what it really is. You know, the signing of Lindor and Betts and Josh Bell, those are the big names. And then you're kind of hoping for some of these young guys to really pop off. I'm really hoping some of these young guys pop off. I'm really tempted to put Ramos ahead of Yastrzemski. 70-70, 65-64. I guess he's not there just yet. What if I use him as a platoon outfielder? You know what? Maybe I make him that DH guy. So who's getting sent down instead of, I guess, Jalen Davis? Like, he hasn't been great anyway, so we'll send him down. And then our DH is gonna be Ramos, which we're gonna hope and pray it works. We'll find out. That's the team. Let's take a look, see where we're ranked as a team. 11th, which is actually pretty good. The pitching's in a good spot. I mean, everything else is going up. I have faith in this team. I'll see you guys at the end of season 4. So, you remember when I said I had faith in the team? I mean, look at this. 98-64, we won the division. We won the division, taking on the winner of the wild card as well. So, whoo, okay. All right, I'd like to see that. ERA went up, I think, as a team, but so did the average. So the average, at least we're getting better offensively. And it looks like the American League's the area we're going to have to worry about. I mean, actually, the wild card team's definitely the area we're going to have to worry about for sure. I actually want to see who was the home run leaders, because Christian Yelich has been popping off lately. He might be a player I'm going to have to start getting because he is unbelievable. We got a gold glove. Christian Yelich with 63 home runs once again. So, like, I'm pretty sure he had 63 in the last rebuild as well. So, he might be a player I look to pick up in the next couple rebuilds. We'll have to wait and see. So let's take a look. Let's see how each player did. Seth Corey in his rookie season was very solid. I like to see that. Leon was very good as well. Love it. Shane Green had his first season that he had a bad year, so understandable. Willie Mata, not great at all. That whip at 1.8 is gross. Horrible. Trevor Gott has been sneaky good this entire time. I'm really liking Trevor Gott as a reliever. Look at Seth Lugo's seasons for the entire rebuild, and then he comes to San Francisco and forgets how to pitch. I don't get it. And then Ken Giles was pretty solid as well. So let's take a look at our pitching. Yarbrough, I'm very happy we got him because he was outstanding. Fulton struggled a bit. Yeah, Caleb Smith was good. Logan Webb was good, and so was Adrian Hauser. So I'm really happy with the pitching for the most part. Couple eyesores, but for the most part was pretty good. Our bench, Lindor, I decided to make him the leadoff guy. I felt like that was a little bit better. And yeah, he kind of popped off, huh? 41 home runs. We've got Bichette, who, that's still a pretty decent year. You know what? I'm not going to freak out about it. Mookie Betts was great. Great pickup for us. So was Josh Bell. I feel like our 1 through 4 is very strong. I brought back Yastrzemski, and it paid off. 32 home runs. He's been outstanding. Ramos, limited appearances. Tough to judge him on. Joey Bart, he's getting better. He's going to be a great catcher. Bishop, about the same as what he did last year. If you look at like the on-base percentage and stuff like that. Home runs got better, but hopefully he'll improve. Nolan Jones, one of the lower rated players in the team, doing pretty well. And then when you look at our farm system, we still got some players that could come up. Zach Green, Maris, Will Wilson. You got Brusa. You got Victor Rivera, Howard, Toribio, Zapata, Canario. So, okay. I mean, I think our pitching staff has a couple of good players as well. Jelly, Young, Giordano, VR, Madero. You got Merrill down there who, man, maybe I should have called him up instead. But for the most part, I mean, the team's kind of stacked going forward in the future as well. So, let's see how this goes. Taking on the winner of the wild card, which was the Padres. Okay. Let's see how this goes, because we all know my luck versus the wild card is not great. But we sweep them. Okay, taking on Yelich and the Brewers now. Let's get our top pitchers at the top and go from there. So, game 1, we do lose. That sucks. And 2, we get that win. We take a loss, and it all comes down to this. Can we get the win? Can we stay alive? And let's give it to Logan Webb. He looks pretty solid. I have a feeling everything is going to be okay. There we go. Mookie Betts gives us a run. We started off right. They got Tim Anderson, Harold Castro at third. Interesting. Lewin Diaz at first, obviously. Okay, so let's see if we can not lose. That's really what it comes down to. We can't lose. Josh Bell goes deep, 3-0. And so far, so good. I'm liking it. So far, so good. Let's keep moving forward through this pretty quickly. And I'm going to give Webb, I think, one more inning. It all depends on how this inning goes. Boom, that was his last inning. Definitely taking him out after this. And let's go to a couple righties are coming up. Let's go Gott, because he's been pretty good for us. And then let's just get another insurance run. That'd be great. We're gonna pinch hit. We're gonna go to Avellino. Avellino gets out. That's all right. We'll go to the 8th, our setup guy, and Lugo. Hopefully he doesn't fall apart. That double play was big double play. Another run scores. And another run scores, 5-0, and we'll leave Lugo in, and he closes the door. All right, we're still alive, which is, we need to win these next 2 games. That's really what it comes down to. Then we go to the World Series, we win that, and it's a great rebuild. That's how we definitely want to finish it. Yarbrough is going to be on the mound, struggling a bit in the postseason, and that's not a great start. 1-0, but Bo Bichette ties it up. Oh, nice. All right, and then Joey Bart. Talk about a man who's trying to win the fans over after Posey leaves. So 4-1, loving it. That's not good. Oh, he gets out of that jam. There we go. Still 4-1. If Yarbrough can give me 6, I'd be so happy. He does. All right, we'll probably take him out after that. Yeah, he's definitely tired. So let's go Shane Green. Hopefully he's feeling it today. I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna be safe. We're gonna go Mata. Mata gets the outs. There we go. Those lefty-lefty matchups, which is good. Mata's on first. Probably should have taken him out. So let's just get a pinch runner. Let's get Avellino on the base paths. All right. Okay, we're gonna go Lugo again. Boom. Love it. Josh Bell insurance run, and Lugo shuts the door. One more game. Can we do it? I'm gonna go Caleb Smith, just because there's quite a few lefties in the lineup, and of course that happens. So 1-0. Can we strike back quickly? 2-0. Maybe we should have gone Folty, but Folty struggled a little bit in the postseason as well. So I feel like either one we went with, it was going to be tough. So he's going to be done after 4. So I guess we could go Folty now. Runner was thrown out going home. Oof. All right, let's go Folty now. See if he can give us a few innings of shutout ball. Let's see if we can get on the board. That's another thing. We're just, offense is stalling. All right, so he got on base. First and second. You know what? I'm going to pinch run for Folty. I feel like that's probably something we should do. 1 run scores, so maybe that paid off. Another run scores, tie ball game. Can Joey Bart deliver? Hunter Bishop, please. Please, please, please. Grounds out. All right, that's okay. We're tie ball game. That's all that matters. We're going to go Corey for the lefty-lefty matchups. It doesn't work, though. Let's go Gott. Another run scores, and it's blown open at this point. I let the pitcher hit because I was so distracted by what happened. And, I mean, okay, we get on there. Joey Bart flies out. Bishop's out. Jones is out as well. So, let's go Lugo. 1, 2, 3. It comes down to this. We're going to pinch hit. Let's go. I don't even know here. Theis, maybe? I guess we'll give it to Theis. He's out. And that's the season. It was over even before. That's tough. 1 game shy of the World Series. But that's where it's going to end, guys. I like this team. This was a lot of fun. This was a different team. And it actually came together pretty well. Budget-wise, let's take a look. Because I feel like we're still pretty good. Yarbrough becomes a free agent. Smith, I'd let walk. Try to bring back Yarbrough for sure. And I feel like the rest you could definitely get around with the team. I feel like, yeah, we did pretty good with this team as per usual. So I hope you did enjoy it. Thumbs up if you did. Remember to vote in the poll at the beginning of the video to pick between the Pirates or the Angels. And leave a comment down below to let me know who your favorite Giant is of all time. Other than that, guys, I'm going to leave you with 2 videos. Go check them out if you haven't yet. All social media links are down in the description. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.